Hello, this is Roberto Burt O'Neill, and I'm here today to give a brief uh, training session to our CLTCC instructors on Canvas use. Today is July 22nd, 2022. CLT, and this goes along in line with CLTCC's mission. CLTCC provides academic, occupational, and specialized training by providing innovative educational strategies, and as a result, it creates a skilled workforce and prepares our individual students for advanced educational opportunities. One of the goals of this training is CLTCC will strive to provide technology-enabled professional development to our instructors, which will allow them to produce assessments, projects, and performance assignments that challenge the creativity, innovation, critical thinking, problem solving, and practical skills that will allow our students to excel in our technological workforce. Our training objectives. We're going to be looking at how Canvas relates to our syllabus, our attendance, or student attendance. We're going to look at grading strategies or grading categories. We're going to look at grouping uh, or weighted averages in various groups or categories of types of assignments we give. And we're going to look at our gradebook settings. All right. How does Canvas help support student growth? And this is as a part of our International Society for Technology and Education standards. So how does Canvas help instructors give students help in the area of student growth? Instructors can give students assignments that are designed for reflection and growth. And how does reflection help students to grow and become better? Reflection is very important when it comes to student or when it comes to student education. After an instructor have given assignments, assignment materials, and various assignments and going through the assessment process, after the student has learned something, then the student should be able to reflect on what they've learned and tie that back into what they already knew, as well as new information or things that they experienced in the past. So a student should be able to reflect on the learning, what they learn, and how it benefits them with their prior learning and things that kind of interrelate to what they the new learning that they obtained. And this was found, and this is the reference from which I found that information. Also, Canvas also supports instructor growth based on those same ISTE standards. How does Canvas support instructor growth? Canvas helps our instructors create activities that allow our students to engage. And as we know, positive student engagement benefits student learning outcomes, student learning, because now the students are engaging with each other, learning from each other, and also the instructor is engaged as well because now the instructor can determine based on the various types of engagement what has the student learned and what things need to be kind of tweaked or adjusted as far as what the students learn. Also, Canvas allows for discussion groups as you and that ties into engagement. It allows that like I said, these discussions allow, especially with the various types of questions that you can ask, the open-ended questions, to try to figure out what has the student learned, what and the instructor can ask questions that dig deeper into what the student knows and what the instructor think the student should know. And also, instructor can give students assignments that allow them to use their technological skills as far as creating virtual presentations and the like. All right, though, and that's the reference I got that article from, that information from. All right, let's move on into our Canvas training. And first thing we're going to look at is the syllabus. This is an old syllabus that has been uploaded into Canvas, and each instructor every semester has a syllabus that ties to the particular class that they're teaching. So it's actually a contract between the instructor and the students on what they're going to learn and during that semester. And what pertains to the training we have today is your grading section of your syllabus, where you tell your students what kind of activities or what kind of assignments am I going to grade, and what percentage of your grade, a student grade, that assignment, that various group or category of assignment will be toward their final grade. Based on this syllabus, quizzes are worth 30% of a student's grades, activities are worth 40%, assignments don't have a percentage as far as this syllabus is concerned, discussions are 10%, and classroom attendance and participation is 20%. As you notice that this adds up to 100% of your grade. Also, you put in your syllabus, your grading scale. 100 to 90 is an A, 89 to and 8 to 80 is a B, and so forth. And as you notice here, this is very important that any grade below, any student average below 59 and a half would be considered an F. All right, now let's move on to the attendance portion of this training. So the syllabus is very important, and what you have in Canvas as far as your grades are concerned should match what you have in your syllabus. All right, moving on to the attendance portion of the training. As you can see, we have 5 students listed here. So this is how easy Canvas can record your student attendance, and also, which can help a student instructor as well. You can ask your students to upload an icon or a photograph of themselves that allows you to be able to tie a name to a face for the students. Okay, so all the instructor has to do on a given day, if a student is present, it starts off with a block like that, a symbol like that. So for a student to be marked present, just hit that one time, and that student now is considered present. You hit it twice, you get that X, that means that the student is absent. Then you get that symbol right there, that means that the student is tardy. One thing I like about this is it's really easy, and also if an instructor, if every student is present, uh, an instructor can just click the mark all present, and it will mark every student present that you have in the class. Okay, looking at this more category over here, you click on more, and what I love about this, and it makes it easy for the instructor, is it tells you throughout the whole semester up to the current date what that student's attendance has been for that class. It tells how many days the student was present. It tells how many days the student was absent. It tells how many days the student was late. And that equates to, in this, as far as this student is concerned, a 75% attendance rate. All right, so that lets the instructor know that the student is really missing too much of the class actually, and it gives you a chance to counsel that student if you need be, just at a glance. This student is missing too many days, and I need to have a counseling session with that student. It also allows us the instructor to make badges and also help record the student participation. As you can see here, I created 3 badges. The student didn't participate on that day. The student had good participation, and also the student did something that promoted great discussion in the classroom. So uh, uh, by clicking on badge and naming what you're going to call the badge, and adding a color for the badge. Instructor can easily save a badge that allow him or her to be able to track the participation rate. And just you can see here, if I mark that good participation here, it actually records the number of days that student registered good participation. And one other thing before we move on from the attendance part of the training, if you move on to classes, it shows you the list of students again. And actually, if instructor had a lot of students here, an instructor can click and drag each student to how they are actually seated in the room, and it'll make it easy for that instructor to be able to tell all the students present by, and also actually you can actually record the absence and presence by just using the seating chart as well. And once you put in a seating chart, the seating chart will come in uh, on each successive day for the rest of that particular semester. All right, now let's move on to our grade portion of the campus training. As you can as you can see here, the grading for our students has already been broken down into 5 categories. You got the attendance category, quizzes category, activities category, discussions category, and assignments. That matches our syllabus. And how an instructor can easily change those. If you click on the group button, you can actually put the name of each category or group that you want to give assignments in to test your students' learning during that semester. Okay? All right, as you notice here, it shows attendance 25%, quizzes 25%, activities 25%, and discussion 25%. And that, based on looking at our syllabus, that doesn't match what our syllabus says. So we can easily change that by going to these 3 dots over here, clicking on the dots, and going down to assignment groups weight. So that's going to allow us to change the group weightings. As we talked about it, and we must make sure that this matches our syllabus so the students will get the accurate grade at the end of the semester. So attendance was 20% of the student's grade. Quizzes was 30% of the student's grade. Based on our syllabus, activities was 40% of the students' grades, and discussions was 10% of the students' grades. As you notice, you want to make sure that this equals to 100%. So now you're going to save that. Now when you go back to your assignments, you see that your attendance is 20%, quizzes 30%, activities 40%, and discussions are 10%, while your assignments are 0, which equals to 100. One other thing I want to show you is you can actually create rules for your groups as well. You see here we gotta have a lot of quizzes, and if you want just in case a student misses something or something during the semester, misses a day and misses a quiz, you can set this up during the semester that if you go to here these little dots, that's going to allow you to edit your group. You can decide that you're going to drop however many you want of the lowest grades. So in this particular group quizzes, since I'm going to give a lot of quizzes, I'm going to allow the lowest 2 scores to be dropped for each student. I'm going to hit save, and now that ends the rules portion, and you can set those different rules for any aspect of your groups. So now let's go on to grades. Okay, as you can see, all your students have in the 80s, various types of B's in the courses, and you can see where a couple of quizzes was dropped during the semester. The lowest grade, uh, Mr. Sanders made 55 on this test, and then he made 60. So those are the grades that Canvas automatically dropped for the student. If you go all the way to the right-hand side, it's going to break each category down. Your attendance shows you what your students' grades as far as attendance goes. It's going to show you what the grades are as far as quizzes, activities, and discussion. And as you saw, the assignments were zero. So it easily and gives the student as well as the instructor, and this is the instructor view. It's going to show the instructor exactly at a glance what the student made on their particular for that particular semester as of a given date. All right, one other thing that I want to show you before we conclude this training is we want to go down to settings, and it's going to show you come down to view grading scheme, and you want to view your grading scheme. If your school doesn't use uh, A pluses and A minuses and so forth, you can actually get rid of all of those by just clicking on the X's. So you actually have exactly what your school uses as far as grades and stuff are concerned. And as per your syllabus, it shows that anything below 59 and a half is considered an F. So that's what your syllabus says your grading scheme is. Okay. Also, so based on this training, we showed that you as the instructor the easy way to be able to check out your attendance, the importance of a syllabus in your grade Canvas grading schemes. We showed you how to change group and group weighting in your Canvas training. Thank you very much for attending the training, and we'll be doing other trainings in the future to make sure Canvas can be used as a great tool as you move forward and become a better and better instructor. Thank you very much.